That was fun. I think I'm bleeding from some fragmentation coming back at me, but oh my gosh, that is crazy fun. That, to me, that's an SBR, pistol caliber SBR right there, man. That is crazy fun. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. I couldn't imagine doing the same thing with something huge like this Super Sniper, and even my Bravo Company 300 Blackout SBR when running subsonics would cost me 2.5 times as much every time I pulled the trigger. That's what makes the Wilson Combat AR9G SBR so great. It's light and fast, and it doesn't cost a whole lot to run. It's also still in jail at my SOT because I haven't got my Form 4 back yet, which is why it's not on the table here. With a slew of pistol caliber ARs hitting the market in the past year, Wilson Combat makes some pretty unique claims, including a match grade barrel standard. Well, what is it that makes the AR9 so special? That's what's coming up next on Twang and Bang. This is the Wilson Combat AR9G SPR, the G signifying that it takes Glock mags, though you can also get this in a carbine or pistol variant with lowers available that take Beretta or Smith & Wesson M&P magazines. It looks like an AR-15 and it has a lot of parts in common with one, but the AR-9 was designed from scratch to be a pistol caliber firearm. Most notably, the AR-9 has a straight blowback action, where the breech is not mechanically locked. Instead, the recoil spring holds the bolt against the chamber, and upon firing, the inertia of the bolt delays the opening of the breech until the bullet has left the barrel. The AR-9 comes with Wilson's stiff but light trim rail and one section of Picatinny rail. The upper has a shell deflector, but like most straight blowback guns, it has no forward assist. The finish is Wilson Combat's Armor Tough, a very tough ceramic with built-in lubricity that's available in a variety of colors at no additional cost. Wilson Combat guarantees match-grade accuracy with all of their barrels, including those on the AR-9. Because of this, the barrel is threaded 5/8 by 24. This makes the barrel thicker at the crown than it would be if it were threaded the usual 1/2 by 28, and Wilson found that this helps prevent damage to the crown as muzzle devices are torqued on and off. The QCOM flash hider comes standard on those threads, but if you wanted to put on a different muzzle device, you must confirm that its internal bore can handle a 9mm round instead of the smaller 30 caliber round more typical to this thread pitch. The bolt is modeled after an AR-15 bolt carrier with an anvil instead of a gas key to keep proper alignment during cycling. The firing pin is straight from an AR-15, including the cotter pin that holds it in place. The tuned 5.56 extractor is opposed by an AR-15-like ejector in the bolt face. This differs from other pistol caliber AR designs that use an ejector fixed into the lower with a slot cut into the bolt for operation. The face of the barrel extension can be a bit jarring to an AR shooter at first because it has no star chamber to accept bolt lugs and it has no traditional feed ramps. Instead, the fully chamfered extension works with the magazine feed lips to quickly direct rounds into the chamber. This is why good mags with strong springs are recommended for dependable operation. The magwell is the same giant funnel typical of Wilson Combat rifles, which means it's as gorgeous as it is functional. The mag catch is levered like found on other AR-9s that take Glock mags. Mine was very easy to actuate with or without a mag in place, which seems to be an improvement from some of the earliest AR-9s to get to reviewers. One of the best features is reliable last round bolt hold open triggered by factory Glock followers. Unlike some other 9mm ARs, there is nothing to file or bend to get the last round bolt hold open to work on the Wilson. Both the lever and the bolt catch are linked by a pin supported on all sides by the lower receiver. There is no way for this linkage to twist or bend under usage like can happen with other bolt hold open designs. The lower receiver is machined with a stout buttress to support the machined S7 bolt catch. This prevents the receiver from cracking and the bolt catch from snapping due to the high speed of the straight blowback bolt. The AR-9 uses AR-15 carbine spec buffers and a Wilson Combat flat recoil spring. A Delrin spacer in the receiver extension slows the bolt velocity while also shortening the distance it must travel. This reduces the pounding the bolt would deliver to the bolt catch while preserving a very high cyclic rate. A loose grip can cause a straight blowback action to malfunction, so I wanted to test how well the AR-9 can deal with that. I'm holding it just firmly enough to steady the red dot, letting the recoil have its way. My first few mags did give me a few problems as lube worked its way to where it needed to be. However, it ran problem-free from my fourth mag on without needing any additional lube. This AR-9 ran everything from wimpy range ammo to full power defense loads with no problem. Got a few bump fires in there. Those weren't doubles. That was a little bit of bump fire because I was holding it loose. Oh my gosh. The trigger is really nice. Very, very short travel, very quick reset. Yeah, that's beautiful. Sweet. It's running everything now, no problems. Mags insert and drop, super easy. Sweet. This is like perfect size. It's another day. I've got this set up the way I want it. I moved the Picatinny section to the bottom of the trim rail, mounted my Bravo Company Shorty VFG on there. I've got my own Aimpoint T1 on top, and now I want to knock down some steel. That is crazy easy. Let's do that again. I'm not going to break any speed records, but this is where it's at with a pistol caliber carbine or SPEER. This is unbeatable fun. This to me, shooting steel plate racks like this is more fun with a pistol caliber SPEER than with a regular centerfire rifle carbine or even a handgun, which you think that's slow. You should see me with a regular handgun. This is just super fun. This crazy setup was just so I could test the match grade barrel claim. I'm shooting 124 grain Federal HST because that's what I'm going to keep loaded in this once my stamp comes back from the ATF. I wouldn't hang a scope over a compensator on a 5.56 SBR, but this is 9mm. There wasn't even any powder on the bottom of the tube after I got done shooting. Nice. That's match grade. Federal HST, which is what I would be running in this. That is a nice group. Yeah, I got some funny looks at the range that day, but it didn't matter. I didn't care. I just don't group as well with a red dot as I do with a magnified optic, and I want to make sure that my shooting was doing what it needed to do so that barrel could show what it could do. After a couple days of running that AR9G with over 1,000 rounds down the barrel, it didn't disappoint. It ran every kind of ammo that I typically run, from weak range loads to self-defense loads that I would keep it loaded with. No problems whatsoever. And even though Wilson Combat recommends that you swap out your magazine springs for high power springs, I didn't do that. I ran straight factory Glock magazines and I didn't have any problems. Again, once, after about 3 mags of it running, getting the lube worked around inside of there. I was not surprised to learn that the Korean 50 round mag, drum mag, didn't work. It doesn't work in full auto Glocks that I've run it in either. It just can't keep up with the cyclic. Once you get it really wrapped up past about 35 rounds, those last 15 rounds just don't feed off fast enough for something like the AR9G. So you can forget running a 50 round drum, but I think 33 rounds in a stick mag is plenty good. The biggest drawback most people see with any Wilson Combat gun is the price. And at $19.95, that's gonna keep a lot of people who want an AR9 from getting one. But for that price, you're getting your choice of armor tough finish, you're getting a TTU trigger, you're getting a match grade barrel, and you're getting last round bolt hold open that works perfectly right out of the box. If you want to learn more about the AR9 series of guns from Wilson Combat, be sure to click the link in the video description below. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can see the links right here. And be sure to click right here to subscribe so you can catch my next videos on bows, guns, and other cool stuff. I really appreciate you watching Twang and Bang, and I hope to see you next time.